Do you seek instant gratification? If you say no, then you're lying to me. Reason being, because I know if you have pain, you want instant gratification. I'm Gordon with Unlock Your Bioenergy. Today is Wednesday, December 17th, and I want to talk about that subject because I think it's important. And the reason being is because I have a nice little testimonial that I want you to hear.
Okay, we have Rob here. And Rob, do you mind if I talk about what you got going on?
No, that's fine.
Rob has had 4 segments fused or 3?
Four vertebrae.
4 vertebrae fused in his neck. And he had chronic pain here all the time. And we put an X39 on, and how many seconds did it take?
Like 15. So what happened was a little over 4 years ago, I had an ATV accident. And in that accident, I had a spinal cord injury. It crushed my spinal cord, roughly about 4 inches of my spinal cord. My C3, 4, 5, and 6 vertebrae were damaged. I had to have donor bone put in. I had to have screws and plates put in there to hold everything together. And so we put on this X39.
This is what I love about
Don't like being emotional, but literally in 15 seconds, that dull pain that I've had for literally 4 years, ever since my surgery, went away.
Life is different now, isn't it?
Gosh darn it.
Oh man, I love you.
I'm usually not an emotional guy, but
I thought you had me.
So, when instant gratification silently communicates with this here, it doesn't matter what anybody says, because when you receive relief in ways which you do not expect it, you are immediately grateful. And this man here points to that. His emotion that he expresses is very raw, very real, and it has everything to do with the gratification that he received instantly after 4 years. Now, if you were in his position, would you have the same level of appreciation? I think so. I would. And can you receive that kind of gratification yourself if you chose to try the X39, which is this right here? Today is day number 247 that I am wearing the X39. And my testimonial is that it works. Reason being because I feel fantastic at the age of 49, being able to demonstrate and show you 6 days a week right here, live on Facebook, what I am able to do. I feel great. Yesterday I did push exercises. And do I feel the the discomfort from all the time under tension I put myself under yesterday? Why is that? It's because of my body's ability to recover. I've said this recently. When you exercise, you are resetting / regenerating about 78 genes when you do resistance training. Now, if you were to do what I'm doing, you would feel it. I guarantee you, you would feel it. But I want to reset and regenerate more than just 78 genes, because the body has several thousand genes, and in order to do that, you need a combination of things, which I talk about day in and day out. Deuterium-free, 114 degree molecular bond angle water. Why do I say that? Because it's the cleanest and most absorbable. And it's the fuel for the body. Fuel for the blood. Yesterday I hit also a maximum heart rate of 200, and on the screen it said 213, but on the heart rate monitor it said 212. So there must be some kind of just maybe number or something that is borderline that with the app that I use, which is the seconds timer. But officially 212 beats per minute. I hit a maximum heart rate yesterday, and I was in that heart rate zone of 203 to 209 or whatever it is for 40 seconds. 40. And did it right here live. And look, I'm telling the story the next day as if everything is normal, because it is. Why is that? Am I really starting to reap the benefits from the X39 in combination with the cleanest and most absorbable? I'll tell you, when it comes to how my body is recovering on a day-to-day basis, I feel the difference. I really do. So for people out there that are suffering from fibromyalgia, you got to take a serious look at this. Even if you're suffering from Parkinson's, people say there's no cure. I'm like, I don't know about that, because kids aren't born with Parkinson's. You don't see babies like this, can't control themselves. No. They develop it. Why is that? Is there a fault in the electrical system inside the body, the bioenergy? I ask the questions. I'm thinking, what's causing these problems? Is it the frequency that's bombarding these people, causing things to malfunction inside the body? It's possible. It is kind of known that when radio wave towers were first introduced, there was symptoms in people that were experiencing changes inside their body. I'm just trying to remember what. Spanish flu. Around the time of the Spanish flu was when radio waves were released into the world. Is there a coincidence, or is there a connection? Possibly. Now there's there's AM, FM radio, 2.4 gigahertz. Now 5G. Is it wreaking havoc on cells inside the body? More and more people are starting to experience things. Well, so how do you defend yourself against that? Well, I'll tell you. What has the biggest influence, or the strongest positive influence on cells in your body? One is called deuterium-free 114 degree molecular bond angle water, because it's resistant to it. because of its electrical charge. When you make the water, does that correlate into the body? Does it make your body stronger, electrically charged? You have to think about that. And when you support it with sodium, good sodium that's in a soluble state, your body knows how to absorb it and process it. Then guess what? Combine that with the most absorbable, you got a winning combination. Mix in the third piece, or the fourth piece, however you want to call it, the X39, to start putting it all together, giving your body that process of photobiomodulation, much like plants do. Your body needs it. And now, winter solstice is just around the corner. It's dark till what time in the morning? Like 8:30 almost? Dark. And the light, the natural light, is almost gone. Time right now is 3:30 Mountain Standard Time. So, you're not getting much light. Unless you're sitting under a red light, which is emitting electromagnetic fields, that's disturbing. If you measure the output of an LED light with an oscilloscope, it's not a natural wavelength like this, a nice sine wave. It's very distorted. And can that distortion wreak havoc inside your body, in your eyesight? Yeah. That's why incandescence is now becoming a thing again, because it's a natural wavelength. Is it equivalent to sunlight? No, not 100%. So that's what makes the X39 special, because it's reflecting the light that your body emits back into the skin like a mirror when you put it on. And when you're receiving that signal for 12 hours a day, when your body's on autopilot, it knows what to do. It's a good thing. And can you reap the benefits from an instant gratification standpoint? You can, much like how this guy here experienced. So can it help you? You don't know until you try. You do not know. This is why it's so important to be open-minded. And here's a nice little article that I found on social media. This person writes, "You need to be strong enough to know when to stop. But you also need to know when to start. But if you got chronic pain, that's your sign. Start something. Choose what you think is going to help you." So this guy writes, "The barbell bench, the squat, the deadlift, they're awesome until you get blood coming out of your butthole." So it's that at that point people are lifting for ego. It's all about numbers instead of just training the muscle to make it feel something, to make it respond. And if you push them long enough, that'll be the least of your problems. Person writes, "I chased big numbers for years. I was one of the guys preaching these lifts like gospel. If you weren't barbell benching, squatting, and deadlifting heavy, you were just wrong. You were an F whatever." Think of whatever word you can put there. That was the culture. That was the identity. That was the mindset. And if you trained hard long enough, you were headed for the same wall I hit. Here's what the mindset cost me. Double patellar tendon rupture. Couldn't move my legs for a year. Fully ruptured pectoral muscle. Fully ruptured bicep. A hernia. 13 inches of intestine pushed through my abdominal wall. I thought I was tough. Reality, I was being a meathead. Here's the actual truth. The big three are the best lifts you can do until they're not. Early in your lifting career, they're unmatched. They build raw strength. They teach you how to produce force. They give you a base that makes every other exercise more effective later. That's why so many jacked physiques came out of powerlifting backgrounds. No argument there. But what it takes to get strong is not what it takes to keep building muscle and staying intact long term. Once you're moving serious weight, the equation changes. From a hypertrophy standpoint, heavy barbell benching, squatting, and pulling are not the best tools on their own anymore. The stimulus to fatigue ratio drops, the joint cost goes up, the margin for error disappears. You're loading your spine, hips, knees, shoulders, and connective tissue week after week for a return that keeps getting smaller. That's when smart lifters pivot. Not because they got soft, not because they stopped training hard, because they want to keep progressing. Machines, variations, safety bars, belt squats, exercises that hammer the muscle without grinding the joints into dust. Look around. Very few high-level bodybuilders or athletes still run the big three heavy with a straight bar year-round. Bodies were breaking down, so the methods evolved. If you're early in your lifting life, use the barbell, learn it, respect it, get strong. If you're in your 40s, like I am, and much like probably this fellow, and still chasing numbers like you're 25, you're not proving anything. You're just running out the clock on your joints. Really? The goal was always the same. Build strength, build muscle, look better, stay in the game. Because here's the non-negotiable reality. If you're injured and can't train, you are not progressing at all. Don't confuse chasing numbers with getting better. Getting better means more muscle, better movement, better recovery, sustainable training you can execute year after year. This is exactly why Gordon Tomazic, Gordon Zdravko Tomajic, that's how you pronounce it if you're Slavic. This is why I am so passionate about resetting and regenerating 78 genes with the resistant exercise I do with the vibration plate training as of late, as I want longevity that survives the length of time. But I'm also greedy when it comes to resetting and regenerating genes, because I want not just 78, but the thousands of genes to round out the whole process. And yes, the X39 helps with that, because I am telling you, it works. I feel the difference. And I prove it, because I'm not afraid to push my body for doing cardio, the Feel It Friday exercises, legs. Today we're going to do some different things. I need to breathe a little bit more. And Does it help me keep my longevity and strength? You bet. Because 20 years from now, I'll still be doing this. Will I look the same? It's going to be very interesting to see if that happens. Because I like it. I like staying in shape. For me now, nobody pushes me or encourages me. I even go to the extent that when I go on a trip, I take my bands with me. I did. And I even took them on a trip to Italy, to Europe. And on day number 1, those bands were robbed. They were looted. Basically, the window was smashed on the rental vehicle that we had. And all the luggage was taken. And my bands were in there. I was mad. I was angry. Oh, not because everything, we had gifts and stuff like for family and extended friends, but my bands were gone. I was mad. Oh, when you're passionate about something and you do, you go through the effort of bringing things with you, and then it's just gone in a blink of an eye. That really pissed me off. But that's the story. My story. My real story. And for those who know about what happened in Italy, they know I'm telling the truth. And when I'm telling you the truth about how I feel, it is 100% the truth. Much like this guy here. Let me find him. Right there. Much like him. And his emotions came through. So if you want to find out more on how to acquire the X39, scan the QR code, and there you'll find this website, or this web page, which I have mirrored on the screen. Okay? And when you click on this button, it'll take you to Start X39, and that will explain to you the science behind the technology and how it was created. This was established in 2008. So, it's been around a while. If you want to make a purchase, click on this button here, and it'll take you to this web page where you see all the different options that are available. There's the X39, the X49, the Alavita patch, phototherapy patch, and the skin cream. There's SP6. This is the YH Renew, which is called the glutathione now. This is the Carnicin. The Aeon, which is for inflammation. Enerspark, which is for beta oxidation to help burn fat cells. Ice Wave is for pain relief, and it is super, super effective. It works. Silent Nights to help you sleep. If you're still having difficulties, if you're not wearing the X39, the X39 helps you sleep like a baby. I'll tell you. Energy, wake up in the morning, superb. And AccuLife, if you have some horses, they don't know about placebo effect, but they know when things work, and they'll tell you. Alright? And when you click on any of the images here, it will take you to lifewave.com/Gordon Tomazic, GORDONTOMAZIC. If you scan that QR code that you see right there, it'll take you to the same location. And that's where you can place your order for X39. And if you decide to do so, or even investigate it, please shop with me. It would help me, and as I'm going to continue giving free workouts 6 days a week to help motivate you and anyone else who is interested in improving their fitness, to reset those 78 genes. But remember, to reset the other several thousand, take a serious look at the X39 and do it with Unlock Your Bioenergy. So with that, now the fun begins. Cardio. I'm going to do a 9-minute warm-up. I'm going to see if I can hit the over 200 again. So yesterday when it happened, I was bouncing back and forth between doing double unders and just a basic bounce or an alternate step. So I would do 8 double unders. Some rounds I did 10. And then I did 8 or 10 basic bounce or alternate steps, and then back to the double unders, and then back to the basic bounce, and then back to the double unders. And that's when I hit 212 yesterday. So we're going to see if it's going to happen again today. Because I know I'm not a fluke, and I am as real as a heart attack. So, with that, I'm going to set the metronome at a pace of 136 divided by 2 is 68. So if you make 2 steps for each, so 1, right? Or at 136 or 68. So it's the same tempo, essentially, if you're alternating steps. Now I'm just going to turn on the Bluetooth speaker so that way it's... Oh, and I didn't warm up the rope. Just realized that. That's okay. Today I'm using the Buddy Lee Rope Master. So let's begin. That's long 20 seconds. All right. Yeah. One, two. There we go. Okay. Heart rate's reading. After drinking that cup of water, I don't have any water bouncing in my stomach. Gets all absorbed very fast. And it has everything to do with the bond angle. And David, if you're watching, and you know, he knows about the bond angle. So, at the 2.5 minute mark, that's when I'm going to start doing the double unders and alternating back and forth. And there's 2.5 minutes left. And I encourage you to follow if you can. Double unders is a tricky movement because you have to have a strong mind-muscle connection in order to do it. And one of the tools that I used to get it, or to successfully learn the timing, was with heavier ropes. When you have a lighter rope, it can be challenging. So my suggestion is to use probably at least a beaded rope. That way you can feel where the rope is around your body, and you can figure out the timing associated with that. And once you get it, then it's like learning how to ride a bike. If you can ride a bicycle, you can learn how to do double unders. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Because you just got to figure out the way to do it. And improving the electricity in your body will help with that. And one way you can do that is by consuming or changing your water source with 114 degree molecular bond angle water, because it does cascade. And that's why it's expensive, because you have to make it. And if people say it's snake oil or nonsense, then try to keep up with me, because my heart rate monitor doesn't lie. I've compared it with chest straps, and this one here that I'm using is bang on, 100% accurate. It reads exactly the same as a chest. And I validated it myself by measuring both at the same time. And that's why I have the armband, because it works. Speed a little bit. Alright. So, here we go. 230. Let's go. Double unders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What the heck? 7, 8. 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 2. 6, 7, 8, 1, 2. 3, something there. All right. Today, for leg day, I'm going to be doing Bulgarians, but I'm going to specifically be doing a closed chain Bulgarian. So, just going to move this out of the way here. See how far I have to be. Yeah, so somewhere there. That's where the vibration plate's going to be. Oh. And I'm going to use the bench here. Kind of figure out where my foot needs to be, where it needs to be. Okay. Yeah, something like that. I will be using the vibration plate. Alright. Alright, so I'm going to do this here. I've got a band anchored to the wall, and I'm going to step into it, and then I've got another one here, and I'm going to put the 2x4 on top of it, of the door anchor. Do it this way. I want to set the kind of on the center. So I'm putting the 2x4 on the vibration plate, so that way my heel is higher than my toe, and that way it's going to put a little bit more emphasis on the quadricep, which is what I want. So, by doing a closed chain here, I just realized now I'm not far enough from the this is a little bit cumbersome. That's okay. I'll get it eventually. Now, move this back. Alright. So, setting it to P program number 1. So I'm going to go like this, and we're going to dive in a closed chain Bulgarian. Oh wow. This is so uncomfortable. Oh, wow. I can feel it in the hamstring too. Oh my goodness. Oh. 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 Wow. This is very, very uncomfortable. The amount of activation this provides. Gosh. Oh. Oh. It's not a lot of weight, but wow. You can just tell by my heart rate how it climbed. That's an indicator of how this feels. Alright. Now I'm going to switch to the other leg. Putting that in the band. Now, setting up the 2x4. Now I'm going to be do it this way. Behind, just in case. Yeah. All right. And I said it's going to be on the heel. Okay. All right. Wow. All right. Now here goes the left. There we go. Wow. We all know Bulgarians are a solid exercise. When you combine it with the vibration, wow. Trying to gosh. Oh. closed chain Bulgarian squat. All right. Next is, okay, on the floor hip thrusts. So that's where I'm gonna just move this 2x4 out of the way. I'm gonna grab a weight. I'm gonna grab, yeah, say 30 pounds. There's 30. Strict curls. And take this, put him up there. So kind of mimic an exercise ball position. And then I'm going to take my weight, put that on my hips. I'm going to put my feet up here. Okay. Now, there we go. Just use my thumbs to kind of keep the weight in place. So to mimic a bar. Here I'm using the vibration now to create the muscle activation. And I can feel the hamstrings and the glutes. Hamstrings are firing quite a bit already. Just holding it isometrically here. Wow. Those hamstrings are firing. Oh. Wow. Oh my. They are burning. It's not over yet. Wow. Here I was thinking I was try lifting one leg up and I can't do it. Maybe if I go without the weight. Feels very, very good. Wow. Those hamstrings. Alright, next up is tibia. So that's where I'm going to change the setup here. This off. hamstring. No, actually I'm going to do hamstring curls first. There's 6 exercises. So, oh yeah, those hamstrings. Ooh. And now I'm going to torture them again with, just realized now, have to change the angle of this. Put this on the bottom here. Alright, now, step into this like I would have done on the card days. Slip them on. There we go. Alright, so there we go. Now hamstring curl. Holding it at full. Hair down at the bottom now. After doing the body weight version, okay, now I'm starting to feel it. It's picking up. Holding it isometrically here all the way through the range of movement. So I'm getting now 80%, 90. This is 100% of the range of movement. Now 95. Okay. 90. 80. 70. 60. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10. Now it's 0. Now here back. A full contraction. Explosive. Another explosive. Oh yeah. I think I could do a little bit more resistance. Legs are getting stronger now. So I think last week I did double red. I think that's what I did last week. Now that I think back, could I have done the same today? Yeah, I think so. But able to keep the tension on all the way through. Alright, next up is tibia. So to do that, I'm going to take off my shoes. Or no, I don't actually. I don't have to do that. I'm just going to switch the, I've got a large anchor here. Switch to a, okay, here we go. Put it on my shoes, on the tops of my shoe. So to work the tibia. I know what I'm going to do. Just like this. And then now all the way through. Just put it on my toes where it shouldn't slide off. There we go. This is full contraction, so as if I'm pointing my toes as high as I can off the ground. Heels are planted. Now I'm like jumping off the ground, holding this. Purposely lifting my calves off the, oh yeah, this feels much different now. By basically putting the knees more on the vibration plate and putting more emphasis on the tibia. Feels very good. So kind of lifting my feet off the ground, or my heels off the ground with my knees. Oh yeah. If anybody's a soccer player, you want to be doing this exercise. You will definitely notice the improvements. Basketball player, even. If you're a sprinter, you'll notice this. Oh wow, feels good. All right. Last but not least is calf rope, or calf raises. So that's where I'm going to take the 2x4 and a second door anchor here. So I have it, well maybe, no, I don't need to use a second one actually. One should be enough. We'll take this around and just flip it so I can see it. I'm going to take so I'm using my body weight plus extra resistance. And doing it this way. So now just focusing directly on the calf muscle. Heels off. Heels touching, you can tell when they touch. Try to just slowly lift them off. this is one way you can do it, just by strengthening the calves with your own assisted body weight. But these vibrations really target those small fibers that may be dormant in specific parts of your calf muscle. One thing I'm going to be doing is mustering up I need to improve the design of the double 2x4, because it rolls too much. So I'm going to create a little bit, come up with a different design here over the weekend. Oh yeah, I can start to feel those calves now. They're starting to burn big time. Seconds left. Mm. 30 seconds. Oh wow. Those calves are burning. Oh, it's pretty uncomfortable. Wow. Okay. There we go. Feels good to get it done. So, under 45 minutes. Target all the major muscles in the legs. Did some cardio. I haven't looked at the heart rate yet. So today's date is December 17th, 2025. Starting time was 3:46 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Let's have a look at the heart rate. Wow, okay. So, oh wow. So today's heart rate is very interesting. So I hit a max of 213, and I was in this zone for 1 minute and 9 seconds today. A total of 1 minute and 9 seconds in the heart rate zone of 207 to 218. Hitting a maximum of 213 today. So, if that doesn't tell you something, that drinking the cleanest and most absorbable water, I don't know. It's pretty telling, and I'm as real as a heart attack, and see if you can keep up with me. I'm just some normal guy, 49 years old, just making some good choices, and it shows. So, it can make a difference for you. See that QR code down there? It'll take you to lifewave.com/Gordon Tomazic. GORDON Scan the QR code. It makes it easy. And make your first purchase of X39. And join me 6 days a week for motivation. And I'll help you get in shape. Results. You want results? Stick with me. I keep it kind of straightforward, but simple and safe as well. And always remember, use adequate weight for your current level. And as you build up the strength and the endurance, then you can start increasing it. But don't do it until you you've reached that point. And you'll know when it becomes way too easy, then you know. Then you can start increasing the resistance. And the vibration plate training is very effective, very, very effective at increasing not only your strength, but your endurance, your metabolic rate. Support the recovery with the X39, and you could really accelerate those effects with the cleanest and most absorbable water, which is what I call deuterium free, with a bond angle of 114 degrees. And then the heart rate. You might notice some differences. So that's it for today. I'm Gordon with Unlock Your Bioenergy. Tune in tomorrow for Thirsty Thursday, and it's going to be shoulders, rotator, and traps. So we'll see you then. Have a good night.